This segment is sponsored by Coinbase. As scams become more sophisticated and increasingly target Americans through text messages, emails, phone calls, and even social media, many consumers are left wondering who to trust. A new campaign called the Fishnet Food Truck is arming consumers with how to spot the scam warning signs before they become victims. And here with details about the Fishnet Food Truck is Jeff Lungelhofer, Chief Security Officer at Coinbase. Welcome to Great Day Washington. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Yeah, this is an important topic because scams are they seemingly just everywhere. So tell us more about your campaign and what you're trying to get across to Americans.
Look, at Coinbase, we want to get the message out there to everyone, and Fishnet Truck is a way of doing that. It's starting conversations in the community about what scams are and how people can stay safe.
So what would you say are the most common scams that consumers are facing today?
Look, we all get them. It's those text messages, it's those emails, it's those phone calls, it's those social media postings. And they start with kind of building a little bit of trust, establishing some kind of a rapport with the victim. And then they quickly progress to like a sense of urgency. Like, hey, now, we need you to send money now for, to get me out of jail or to do X or for an investment scam, something like that. And those are the things that folks should be looking for. When you feel that pressure as a person, you feel that urgency, hang up the phone, give yourself a little space.
Yeah, such good advice. My son just got scammed last week. He got a new computer and he wanted to set up some stuff and they said, well, first do this, pay this, open this. He did it and he got scammed. We had to undo it all. It was a mess. How big is the problem today?
Well, you just hit it. Anyone can be scammed at any age. So it's a significant problem. Americans have suffered about $68 billion in total fraud losses. Now that's across all financial services. So that's your banks, your brokerage accounts, and of course crypto. So that is what we're up against as a society, and we have to start talking about it. And at Coinbase, that's what we're about.
That's great. We talked about the risk. Basically, it's everyone, but is there anyone more at risk than anyone else?
Yeah, we're particularly trying to outreach with this food truck. We're going to places like GW campus. We're going to some retirement communities because we want to, first of all, hit everyone. But folks that are over 65 tend to become victims more and more frequently. Look, they're trained. It's your grandparents. It's your parents. They're trained to help.
Yeah.
They want to help you. So they tend to be more vulnerable. We need to have conversations about scams, what they look like, and how everybody can stay safe.
Gosh, can't think about that more, how often we need to have those conversations. How does Fishnet help protect consumers from scams?
Look, we want to start the conversation. We're serving sort of catchy, punny kinds of dishes to make the message a little more digestible, if you will, right? So free food gets people out, gets people gathered around the truck. I'll be down there later today at some of our locations, and we want to have that community-led conversation. Get people talking about how prevalent scams are. What is phishing, those fake emails that you get, right? Trying to get you to do something. We need to have those conversations in our community. At Coinbase, we want to start those conversations, and the Fishnet Truck is one of our ways of doing that.
That's so great, because if you work for a company, your company is often telling you that to protect the company. But if you're just an older person at home or a young college kid, you're not getting that message actually very frequently. So it's so great that you're out there in the community. If someone does feel like they've been scammed, what do you recommend that they do?
Look, you should immediately contact the local police, file a police report. They can help you from there. But if you head over to coinbase.com/blog, you're going to find a ton of tips and tricks and things that you can do to stay safe.
All right. Thank you so much. This is such an important conversation. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks so much for having me.
Of course. Again, for more information, go to coinbase.com/blog.